Hi everyone, Isle of Man tournament started today. I'll show you a very interesting game between Croatia #1 chess player Ivan Saric and Caruana. So let's quickly jump into the game. It starts with e4, Saric is white, Fabi goes for Sicilian, knight f3, d6, d4, cd4, knight takes, knight f6, so far all standard moves. Knight c3, a6, and here in this position, in the Najdorf variation, we can play bishop e3, which is English attack, bishop to g5, bishop to e2, h3, which is Adam's attack, but surprisingly, Saric goes for very interesting variation with bishop to d3. Very uncommon move. So here we can play either e5, knight goes here, and go with standard Najdorf variation, bishop here, knight here. But actually Fabi decided to play g6 and tries to fianchetto the bishop and try to play kind of dragon variation of Sicilian. So here f3 was played. Now fianchetto the bishop, white bishop goes to e3, now knight d7, queen d2, b5, and here very good move by Saric. He obviously prepared for this, a4, trying to take here and capture the pawn, and the rook could be lost. So Fabi reacts really good, b4 move. And here the main move is to go here to a2 with the knight, so we can check this line, knight a2. There are only 4 games, I think, in this variation, according to my chess database. d5, ed, knight takes, knight b4, knight e3, and queen takes here. So white is still slightly better, but very unusual setup for Sicilian. But Saric goes for e2 square, and this is a novelty. And now Fabi thinks for like 15 minutes. So obviously it was a novelty because he's thinking quite a lot. And he plays really good move, d5, trying to open the center. So now Saric goes bishop to h6. And again, Fabi finds brilliant move, just taking a bishop. It's the only move. Let's consider this one, king to f8. But now we can take here the pawn, bishop b7 and knight b3. White will castle or castle long, and white is better in this position. So Fabi took a bishop, which is the best move. Queen takes on h6. But now, yes, and this was a kind of mistake, bishop to h6, because now Fabi takes here, bishop takes, knight takes here, f takes pawn, and here we can play queen to c7, which happened in the game, but even better is this nice line, bishop b7, e5, now e6. As you can see, this pawn is under attack, so castle long. We can take here. Let's consider this move. Isn't this kind of dangerous? But we have queen here check, king b1, and we can castle long. So that's why, black untangles itself. So you can take a pawn here. Now the best move is this really crazy knight e6 sacrifice. Also here we can take on g2, and after rook g1, if bishop goes back. Now also this is really nice sacrifice, knight takes e6, f6. Now rook g6 is the point of this sacrifice. Of course we cannot take because a rook is lost. Bishop d5. Now we take a bishop, ed, rook e6 check, king f7. Now just rook d6, and this is a huge threat, e6. So rook g8. Now we can play e6, king e7, and a rook takes d7 check, and the queen is lost. Takes. So very interesting line. But Fabi played queen to c7, which is also a good move, but not the best one. Now castle, and here Fabi again thinks for quite a while, and he plays really nice move, knight to f6, brilliant. And here actually in this position Yeah, the threat is slightly threat is this, but the best defense in this position is c3, knight g4, and queen h4. So attacking a knight, but knight is defended. But actually in this position, Saric made a mistake. He took a knight. Now ef6, queen goes to g7. Looks like quite dangerous because we can play here. So rook f8, queen takes pawn, bishop b7, and here knight to f4 was played. So knight are jumping, looks quite very dangerous. King is uncastled, but actually black is better in this position, especially after this brilliant move again by Fabi. Queen to d8. White wants to exchange the queens. So queen e5, but now queen e7 covers everything. Queen a5, and here queen d6 was rook to c8 was slight mistake. Better would be to play queen d6 to not allowing black to go here, or even rook to d8 according to Stockfish. But after rook to c8, white had a brilliant move to defend this position. You can pause the video and try to find it. In the game, knight d3 was played, which is a huge blunder. But in this position, queen to b6 is very good move. And the point of this move is that after f5, knight d5, bishop takes, he takes, queen to c5, trying to exchange the queens. We have this check on e6, king d8, and rook to d1. And actually this is a draw. After rook to e8, we can take here, and black has hard time to progress. But after knight to d3, which was a huge blunder, Fabi played really, again, great move, f5, not fearing to open his king and to attack. Also notice here that he's exchange up. Here the best move is to take on b4, but it's still -2 for black. So let's say fe, queen takes, king takes, knight f2, e3, rook e1, and so on. But Saric played knight to f4. Now Fabi took the pawn, knight e6, looks quite dangerous, these strong knights here, but actually just simple queen f6 was played, and white cannot take here because this is a check, and we will pick also this knight. So white played h3 move, but now just simple rook f7, so we avoid capturing the rook. And here king h2 is the best move, but Saric tried, or maybe he just overlooked this rook to e1, because now queen f2, the rook of course is lost, king h2, queen takes here, queen e5. So white is desperately trying to create some counter play with checks. And here in this position, Fabi played simple and most pragmatic and most safe. The best move actually, pragmatically speaking, rook e7. But according to computer, this rook to f1 is even more crushing. So checkmate is threatened. Let's consider this line. Knight g7 check, so double check. And king in the center looks quite scary, but bishop and rook are holding everything. King d7, queen e6, but king to c7, queen e7, and king escapes. Also notice, yes, here after the king to here, if we do this check, then king hides here. So king is safe. After rook to e7, knight b3 was played, and again the best move by Fabi, queen to f2, and after this move Saric resigned. What's the threat? Threat is to take here, threat and a checkmate, e3 move, and again this is a checkmate, and black has actually 2 rooks and a piece against 2 knights. So that was brilliant game by Caruana, and he's I think in live rating he's like 27.97. So he's reaching the 28 mark again. So guys, thank you for watching this video as always, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.